Nice, best place. Welcome back, everybody, to Norby's Worldwide Activities. I know it's been a minute. My apologies. I have been very busy with many other projects going on, and I apologize for not being on here as much as I should be. But as you guys know, I usually do this type of stream when I'm heading to Marvelous. I take advantage of the fact that I got to be stuck in traffic to get there, but for the most part, I get to at least be here and talk with you guys for the time I do have. What up, Mile High? How's it going, man? All right, so let's get back to the title here. Trump rizzing it up on the widow. I didn't think Trump could ever, stoop that low, but the man tends to always surprise me with everything he does. And wow, I mean, I don't know if you guys seen that video of him, hugging it up with the wife. What up, ACP Chemistry? Good to see you, man. I saw you I think you went fishing yesterday. I want to say, not too sure. I could have sworn I saw your live for a bit. Um, okay, so I'm sure if anybody has been on social media, you guys seen the videos, his hate speech, hate. Good, got home from work, about to eat. All right, well, enjoy the food, man. What are you eating today? So it's crazy how this was a Christian. Now, I guess people are using the word Christian nationalist now. Uh, I've heard the word. I've never really seen it used so much as of recently. But I gotta say, Trump sure knows how to fuck that one up. It was supposed to be him saying his condolences and a good speech about Charlie, his accomplishments, his help towards his campaign, that sort of stuff. But no, what does Trump do? I got to give it to him though. That guy is wild. He said he was a good man. He was a good what was the word he called him? He called him what did he call him? He called him something, but he said, he always hoped for the best for his opponents. He always, wanted wanted the best for them. Wanted them to be good also. And that's where me and Kirk disagree. That's where I disagree with him. I hate my opponents. I hate them. I hope they lose. I'm like, what the hell, bro? You're just supposed to say, he was a good man. He did well. He did his part. He'll be missed. Thank you, everybody, for coming. My condolences to the wife. No, this bro said, you know what? Let me take advantage of this moment and let the world know how I feel about my opponents. And let them know that I hate them. I wish they lose. I hope they lose. I hope nothing but the worst for them in their life. Well, he didn't say that last part, but damn. What up, Tony? Pot pie and avocado toast? That's what's up. Man, pot pie. I've been hearing that word a lot. Like since last week, I think I've been hearing people say pot pie. It's always a good thing about pot pie or a bad thing about pot pie. It's like, there's half the people like it, half the people don't like it. I don't know. I think I've only had it once and I don't think I liked it. It was frozen, but I think it's because I didn't cook it right. I don't know. But it was a trip seeing Trump just, take advantage of the moment and put his ops on blast that day. I'm not gonna lie. That hug he gave the wife though, when you going live? Well, tonight at 8 o'clock. Tonight 8 o'clock. Jedi chicken pot pie. I'm telling you, well, yeah. You know what, Jedi? You were the one of the ones that brought up Popeye to me, and I heard it on the radio the other day. They were talking about Popeye. I'm like, man, is this the universe telling me that maybe I should start eating Popeye? Maybe, maybe. I don't know. Oh, you said it's fire, huh? Now, the crazy part is I saw Trump hug it out with the wife, with the I'm sorry, the widow, with the widow. I'm like, man, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw what it looked like. You could see a lot of videos out there that people are making. They're taking out a clip with Will Ferrell where he attended a funeral and he gave the homie the look like it's about to be on. It's about to be on. I think most guys know that look. About to give it a D. ACB Chemistry is all alternative media on YouTube is the same people involved in mainstream media. At this point, you're right. At this point, you're right. I'm not part of it because they're not paying me those big checks that those guys are getting because they're getting big checks. Tony, I live in Utah and not everyone fucks with Charlie. Really? Well, I got it. I'm not. That's not too surprising to me. I mean, that man, it's crazy, man. Ever since this whole thing happened with him, all I see is on like YouTube and Instagram. Not too much TikTok because I don't really spend too much time there. But it's mostly everything about what's wrong with him, and then everything that's right with him. And honestly, my own beliefs is that he was not a cool guy. I mean, he was those type of guys that smiles at you and says it's nice to meet you, and not really give a fuck about you. And I get it. At a certain level, you meet so many people, it's really hard to care about anybody. But his wording. I mean, he's very good with his words as far as making it so that it goes his way. Joe says Norby's pissed sitting down. I mean, Joe, there is a report that does say that it is a lot better for men to be sitting down. Something about you don't put too much pressure down there. I guess it affects you, like all that standing up and pushing it upwards. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure if you look it up, there's research that says it's better for men to pee sitting down. You don't believe me? Look it up. But where was I at? Oh yeah, well, Charlie Kirk, yeah, and this is why I always what I've been saying. He wasn't too much of a threat as far as like him manipulating the country. I thought he was just another podcaster that likes to shout, that likes to believe he has an advantage over people because he knows the Bible, you know. And that's the one thing I noticed about him. He likes to throw all these Bible verses at people when he wants the conversation to lean more towards what he's saying by using certain Bible verses. And he knows his crowd. He knows once he throws out a Bible verse, that's like wrestling when your favorite wrestler is about to do his special move. That's when like the Undertaker is about to do the tombstone, and he knows the people likes it when he shows that he's about to do the tombstone. I think Charlie is the same way. He knows when he throws out that the chapter and the verse, the whole crowd is just fucking salivating at how he's gonna use it to take down whoever he's debating. They say Joe pushes when he pees. All man pees sitting down thinking about it. Right? But it's crazy, Jimmy Kimmel just got his job back after getting indefinitely suspended, I guess. Disney lost $4 billion supposedly. I mean, honestly, if Jimmy Kimmel is a good man, he would keep himself from doing the show anymore, just so he could, actually show that he believes that freedom of speech, the Second Amendment, is definitely under attack. I'm sorry, yeah, that's it. No, I'm sorry. That's the First Amendment. First Amendment is the freedom of speech. Second Amendment to the right to bear arms. My apologies for confusing that one. But if Jimmy Kimmel was really for protecting freedom of speech, he shouldn't do the show anymore. He should just stop it. He should just say, you know what? What's done is done. What's more important here is that we protect freedom of speech and that we show these companies that they shouldn't fold under, government pressure. Because if we don't have freedom of speech in this country anymore, then as people say, we're no better than the other countries that don't have freedom of speech. As a Max says, who cares? Well, I mean, you gotta care because if you don't care, you won't be able to listen to the music you like. You won't be able to watch the movies you like, watch the shows you like. You wouldn't be able to see all these things because there will no longer be freedom of speech for people to express themselves anymore. So everything that you care about as far as entertainment, gone. No more. Because people wouldn't have that freedom to express themselves anymore. That's a lot of these things come to light, whether it be games, music, art. Freedom of expression is important for this country. It's important. And I like this saying, freedom of speech is important, and when they take that one away, that's when the second that's when the Second Amendment comes into play. As a max, will it pay your bills? Well, I mean, for the most part, everything is connected. One way or another, everything is connected. Let's say you work for textiles. Movie companies need textiles to make sets. Let's say you work for a company that makes microphones. If there's nobody making music, who needs a microphone? No, because you can't express yourself anymore. You know, one way or another, it will affect you. It will catch up. Tony says, bro, without freedom of speech, it would be almost like China, a communist country. Well, there you go. Although I'm not gonna lie, Tony, here in LA, we see a lot of Chinese people with a lot of money. So it really does make me question how bad is it over there that we get so many tourists with a ton of money coming through here. So I don't know. I don't know. Jenna says, Tony, only if you're proud boy in OC. Lacking, lacking, man, it just says hello. That's a good name. That's a good name. But it's getting bad, dude. It's getting all bad, and there's definitely the worst part about this is the division. If there wasn't any more, if division wasn't bad enough already, it's getting a lot worse. You got brown and black people saying that they need more white people in this country. When I saw that, I was like, what? We need more white people. These people are literally begging white people to have more children because, in their words, I wouldn't want to live in America without white people. I wouldn't want to live here without if there weren't enough white people. If there weren't enough white people, I wouldn't want to live in this country. Wow, wow, that's crazy for brown and black people to say that. I'm like, really? You don't want your own people to be uplifted and be part of this system and overtake it so that people that look like you, grow up like you, can be successful? You guys want white people to have more kids. And I noticed that that's a narrative right now that a lot of colored people are asking white people in like these shows, can you please have more kids? We need you guys to have more kids. We need more whites running this country. And it blows my mind. I'm like, wow, you guys are really saying that. I'm like, damn. I mean, I don't know how much you could hate yourself to like beg for that. And it reminds me of the those Hodge twins. I don't know if you guys know those Hodge twins. There's these black dudes that are twin brothers. And it was a funny situation because I guess there's a town in the U.S. right now currently that's all white only, all white. It's a town that's all white. I said you. The only way you can be a resident of that town is if you're white. I don't even know how that's legal. But these guys, these twins, these brothers, actually asked them. I think in the tweet, asked them. I know you guys have an all white town, and I love it. We love it. We appreciate it. I mean, is it possible that you guys can make space for two black brothers like us? And they replied by, God bless you guys for what you do, but no, no, no. That didn't surprise me, but I wonder what went through their head when they said no. When they said no, 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 not really. Like, damn, we were white, and I think those guys actually said I think they said they're 60% white, 60 or 70% white. I think they said that as like a desperate. They like, we're more white than black. I mean, don't let the skin fool you. We're one of you guys. I'm like, damn, that's sad. That is sad. As the ACPC Commission said, America first, the people, not the wealthy, politician, donors, Israel, APEC. Oh, you're right, bro. You're right. You're right. And that's the other thing that I'm now seeing. That I guess you could say that narrative is starting to come out more. That the Trump administration is compromise. It's a compromise administration. It's not for America anymore. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but they, I heard they made a law that actually makes it illegal to burn the Israel flag. Like, let me know if that one was wrong, because that's crazy that it's legal to burn the U.S. flag, but illegal to burn only Israel's flag. Which I would think they would just put, every other country flag that is in the U.S. At least you could, put it all out there. But no, no, they just apparently they made a law just for that flag only, and that isn't right. That they would do that because if you're gonna make a law to not burn that flag, you might as well make it for all the countries. Make it for all the countries. We all know there's a lot of people out there that want to burn that Mexican flag. ah, let's talk about Israel, the real enemy. Well, Tony, I mean, they played Chinese checkers. That's what they played. I don't know if you guys seen that game, Chinese checkers, but which kind of makes sense since it's a star also. But nah, man, they Trump is completely under their bidding. He has to do whatever they tell him. I mean, I just recently found out that Donald Trump's what's that position? What's who the Secretary of State? No, not the Secretary of State. No, 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 no. It's some chick that works there under him. She was actually the campaign manager for Netanyahu, for Bibi. She was his campaign manager. So how do you have a campaign manager that's from another country working under you and your administration? That's wild. pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have somebody from another country running so much of the administration. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that doesn't seem right. Zapata Viva says they should go to Europe. Yeah, they should. They should. That's a Jedi said. Without freedom of speech, you could lose your job like Jimmy Kimmel for saying things you probably say every day and not realizing. You're right. Jedi is 100% right. For instance, what was it? What was it? A lot of these people getting fired is pretty much because either they're making fun of Charlie or they're giving out threats. They're giving out threats. And it's crazy because you see a lot of these MAGA people doing these videos like the way I'm at, saying, oh, you took one of ours? Okay. Well, I think it's time now that we take one of yours. And I'm like, damn, you guys are really pushing that out there that you guys are going to take out people? You guys ain't ready for this. We got all the guns. I'm like, wow, you guys are wild. You guys are putting out threats and not losing your jobs. And these guys are just laughing and making jokes and they're losing their jobs. That's crazy. That is crazy that people that are out there, these MAGA people that are actually putting out threats to the point where they're calling for a civil war, they're calling for a purge, and they're all keeping their jobs. Nobody's reporting them. But you see one person, going ha 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 ha. He should. That's what he gets. Damn. Let's find out where he works. Get him fired. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now I believe there's websites that they were using to like dox all these people. I wonder who put up the money for those websites because they seem to have done it pretty fast. Zapata says, "Hard stream. The town has no place for indigenous con." What's up with the stream? What's up with StreamYard? No name. What do you mean? Is it bad? Kimmel's going anyways. Late night has been down just an excuse. Um, I don't know. The thing about ratings is that you really can't tell anymore because it's all mixed up with online streaming and then TV ratings also. It's really difficult to tell. Let's see. Jedi said, on ICP Chemistry said, Jedi, I saw the skit. Trump did it to himself. He was asked about his friend's death, and he said he's good, and they're building a ballroom like a Tito. Jeffrey Epstein was in there, was an agent working for it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he even admitted to that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have swore that he did admit to it, that he was part of it, was part of it, no longer part of it, but was part of Mossad. Yeah, it says races haven't been in the confident in decades. Oh, races haven't been this confident in decades. You're right. There was a small amount during Trump's first campaign where they really came out also. But no, you're right. This time around, they're going full blown. I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of months, MAGA is gonna start having real uniforms, like actual uniforms. Like they're gonna have the matching pants, the matching button shirt. They're probably gonna have a hat. They're probably gonna have a band for their arm. It's probably gonna have a cross this time around. Pretty sure they're not gonna use that other one, because the other one was a religious symbol before they used it. So was not to say that they don't use the cross in the same manner, you know, because for the Nazis, they knew it was a religious symbol for peace. So why they put it on their as their logo as a form of peace. So I can definitely see them using the cross as a form for peace. The armband would have a peace. I'm sorry, the armband would have a cross, and they'll just say, that represents, Jesus and Christianity and peace and love. You know, that might be a thing. No, that might be a thing. Mara says there's someone behind you. Might be. Oh, StreamYard link. Oh crap, you're right, huh? Well, you know what? It's a little too late for me to do the link, no name. But I'm my apologies. I just saw your message right now. Driving and looking at the chat at the same time is kind of difficult. My apologies for that. Laws are already in place to protect you from hate speech. Hmm. Elaborate on that, SMX. Bipolar Chairman says nothing major numbers have been missing for 3 weeks. Right? Right? Yeah, I've noticed. Mexico president is one of them also. SMX. Now, I know that she's getting a lot of heat, for the fact that she's Jewish or at least Jewish descent. As far as I can tell, she doesn't practice it. I think she hasn't been practicing it for a long time. And I think that she gets a lot of hate for that because, for the most part, Mexico is known for as a Catholic nation. And a long time ago, that stopped. Most people don't realize that Mexico has been separated from the church a long time ago. The indigenous president Benito Juarez was the president of Mexico that separated church and state. I think they did it before the U.S. did it, but they pretty much said, yeah, Mexico is no longer linked to the Catholic Church. Clearly, they still kept the flag white, and for most people, for people that don't know, the white part of the flag in Mexico represents the Catholic Church. No, mames, right now it's a free for all. As it makes, they're making moves on Venezuela for oil, then they going after Mexico's next watch. You know what? Hey, that might be a thing, SMX. That might just be a thing because I know they got boats over there, and I know Venezuela. They're showing it. They're showing videos of, and I give them respect for that. They're showing videos of people from the town with rifles, getting ready for and some sort of airstrike, and moving like training themselves for an attack. I believe that they might be they believe that it might happen. I mean, this works to Maduro's, the president of Venezuela's. You know, this works in his favor because people will count on him for protection against the American empire, as he calls it. Okay, let's see. Bipolar Jim must say Planter is allowing the racists to be vocal, so when a left government comes back after Trump, they will be targeted. No, I mean that program. I'm pretty sure it picks it up when you say it on lies, but I wouldn't be surprised if that program came from Israel. To be honest, they have that type of technology. Let's see. Bipolar chicken says, oh no, ACP chemistry said bipolar. And the past week, he's backpedaling and he's controlled opposition. And you're talking about, let's see. I have known about Nick Fuentes since 2019. I didn't really follow him, but I noticed the last 2, 3 years he's been making more headlines. Ah, shit, Eli on the beat. Guys, if you don't know who Eli on the beat, he is a producer. Check him out. He makes some of the dopest beats. He's a rapper also. Please do me a favor and follow him. ACP Chemistry says, hey, I appreciate that, Li. ACP Chemistry says, I just got a hold of a character for last week for this character. Wait, I just got hold. Really? That's crazy. Zapata Vive heading to Taco Bell? No, no, no. I'm heading to Marvelous. But okay, LNB, thank you, my brother. Everyone, nah, you too, man. I appreciate you, man. One of these days, I gotta make it out to that one of those Hawaiian islands and kick it with you. Hopefully sooner than later. With that being said, guys, okay, I'm about to get to Marvelous. So hit us up right there. We start at 8 o'clock. It depends if I get done earlier, we might go earlier. But for the most part, tap in tonight so we could talk about some of these things. And if you have a question or a topic that you want to tap into, like what we're talking about right now, go to Marvelous's Minds channel, go to his community post, and put it on there so I could read it tonight and we could talk about it. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys at Marvelous Minds. And so go and check us out, okay? I'll see you guys later.